What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol TIGR for Up Fintech Holdings. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing we should do is point out obvious areas of support and resistance from this daily perspective, and what jumps off the page at me is kind of this, let's go ahead and mark this off. That's actually what we want there as resistance, and you can see that we had prior touches as support, then flipped resistance, all in this zone really. A little bit of support and most recently resistance there as well. So 1760 needs to be on your charts. Underneath us for support, what do we have? Probably down here at 1562, and maybe sort of looking at that there, let's go ahead and focus on the 30-minute to try to find that, see if there's a better range that we can define in here. And not really, actually. It just looks like a whole lot of chop around this let's call it 1690 zone. If we do something like that and I draw a box around it, right? Just look at how price acts when we get towards that zone. You can see that we chop around. When we move away, it starts to trend. But if we're in this zone and chopping around this zone, price really doesn't like to get out of its own way. And we're getting that into our most recent daily candle, at least, chopping around 1690. So that being said, the direction here isn't abundantly clear to me. The setup isn't screaming long or short. We're simply kind of chopping around in the middle of an overall range. But what that does bring me to is if we look at this from a daily perspective, right? Technically what we have here is a look above and fail. And when we get that, we always know the target is the bottom end of the range here at 1562. So let's see on the trade tab, we do not have shares to short, so HTB here, and it looks like open interest is rather good on the put side, but the actual volume is relatively low. So what that's telling me is, there's a lot of orders floating out there, but there's really not a whole lot of volume that's actually conducted on a day-to-day basis. So maybe this isn't the best thing to try to go short on and rather wait for a better long entry. So if we do get down here, start to be on the lookout for any types of reversal patterns or hammer candles or indecision candles, anything that would basically make you question, okay, is this pullback over? Is it time to flip long over the highs to retarget the sort of top of balance, which is here 1760, with a stop loss just underneath the low of whatever candle that forms? That's what I would be watching out for here on TIGR, simply because, again, the short side is not really playable. From a larger perspective, what are we doing here? I would say, kind of holding and consolidating at the low end of an overall range, right? If you do something like this, just to denote where we've been from bottom up to top, you'll notice, of course, we are towards the lower portion of that overall range. So maybe it's a better idea to wait for the long closer to a fake break, 15, 14, somewhere in that zone. Stronger daily support is around here, 1455 or 53 rather. So keep that in mind to the downside. Again, it's just not abundantly clear what direction this one wants to go just yet, so wait, be patient on a setup like this. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by simply giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, we wish you a green trading week.